I'm very, very happy, very, very honored to be here with you, really. It's been a dream come true for me. It's been a long time coming. I've wanted to come to Egypt forever, for a long, long time. And here I am. And I wanted to speak on an African stage for 3 years. So I'm in Egypt and speaking on an African stage. So dreams do come true, okay? So as many of you know, we've been living in a very different world, in a post-COVID world. Everything has been different. Traveling has been different. Okay. Can you hear me better now? Okay, I'm sorry. So I was saying we've been living in a different world with COVID-19 and quarantine. Traveling has been different. You need to do a COVID testing to be able to travel. Relationships have been different. There's social distancing. And working has been different. I personally have been working from home since February, so home working. So the world is really, really different since COVID-19. And one of the things I decided at the beginning of the COVID-19 outbreak is that it was going to be something positive for me. I made that decision. I decided in my mind that this is going to be good for me. And I remember what Einstein said, in the middle of difficulty, there's an opportunity. There's an opportunity in every situation. So I decided that during the quarantine, I was going to read, I was going to learn, and I was going to become a better version of myself. And that's what I did. I did a lot of reading, I did a lot of meditation, and I worked on myself. And I love philosophy, and I love psychology. I don't have a degree in those areas, but I'm very interesting. I'm someone very curious. I love to learn. My philosophy is trying to learn something every day. And this is what Eleanor Roosevelt said. Try to learn something every day, to be better every day. And one of the things I stumbled upon was something that Einstein said. Okay? Einstein said, logic will take you from A to B, but imagination will take you everywhere. And I said, wow, this is awesome. I know nothing about science, so I was never very interested in Einstein. But once I read that, I said, you know what? Try to learn more. So I started to study Einstein's life and what he said. Not about science, because I already said I know nothing about science, but what was Einstein's philosophy about life, about dreaming, about imagination, about relationships with people? And I discovered very, very interesting things. And there are 3 things that I came to share with you. Who wants to know what I learned from Einstein? The 3 things, raise your hand. If you don't raise your hand, I'm not going to tell you. So I see a couple of hands, more. Okay. So the first thing I learned from Einstein is that imagination is more important than knowledge. I said, wow. More important than knowledge? More important than a high school diploma? More important than an MBA? More important than a PhD? And he said, yes. I was, wow. From Einstein, all of you know that Einstein was the genius of the century. He is considered, and rightfully so, as one of the most brilliant minds to have ever lived in the history of humanity. So for Einstein to say that, it was very, very profound. So the second thing Einstein shared with me, he said, imagination is everything. It is the preview to life's coming attraction. In other words, your imagination is an anticipation of what is going to come in your future. In other words, imagination rules the world. And I started to think about that, and I said, and I think about the Wright brothers. They were in Ohio. They had a bicycle store. And they were talking to each other like brothers do. And they were saying, bro, it would be very interesting if we could go from point A to point B, but flying like birds. And the other one said, you know what, bro? That's a great idea. And they were two bicycle owners. They sold bicycles. And they invented the first airplane with an engine. The Wright brothers knew nothing about science, but they created what we know now as the aviation industry. That's the power of imagination. And I was thinking also about the two brothers, the Lumière brothers, les frères Lumière. They were in France also, talking to each other and saying, you know what, bro? It would be very interesting if we could capture a moment in time, a moment in history, and be able to show it to our kids, our grandsons. And they were the pioneers of the photography industry. And they also said, it would be funny if we could make pictures who move, what we call now videos. They were the first ones to do the first video in France in 1895. I know some of you are looking at me. Did they post the video on Facebook? There were no Facebook in 1995. So they didn't post it. So that's the power of imagination. So, and I'm sure as I am here today in front of you and I can see your faces, I'm sure that the Wright brothers and the Lumière brothers were called crazy. Those guys are crazy. It's impossible to fly on a machine like a bird. It's impossible. It has never been done. And I am sure that the Lumière brothers were also called crazy. What do you mean a motion picture? What do you mean doing pictures, doing videos? It doesn't exist. But they still do it. They still did it. That's the power of imagination. Imagination can do everything. And I'm so glad that someone like Steve Jobs said that only crazy people can realize their dreams. Only someone crazy enough to think they can do something that could change the world can actually do it. So, someone crazy who say, you know what? It doesn't exist, but let's create that. And Nelson Mandela said, it is always impossible until one person does it, until one person believes that it's possible to do it. So that's the power of imagination. That's the power of imagination. Yes, you can clap. Yes, you can clap. The third thing Einstein shared with me, he said, Bruno, the person with a big dream or imagination is more powerful than the person with all the facts, all the knowledge, all the training, all the information. As I said right now, I gave you a couple of examples. People who had imagination, and some of them had no degrees, but they changed the world. So that's the power of imagination. And I'm thinking about someone like Walt Disney. Walt Disney is someone that I admire very, very much. I have studied his life, and he's someone who inspired me in a profound way. And he said, all our dreams are possible if we have the courage to pursue them. The courage. Not the knowledge, not the degree, not the training. If you have courage, you can accomplish amazing things in your life. And I love what, for example, someone like Osho said, courage is taking a risk. It's risking the present in order for you to have a great future. You have to take a risk. You have to do something that makes you uncomfortable in order for you to have a great future. It's not going to be easy. It's like if you want to have a great body, muscles, lose weight, you're going to have to train, and you're going to have to diet. There's no miracle pills. There's no miracle solutions. Do you agree with me? Yes, I think you do. So courage becomes something very, very important. And I love what someone like Dr. Jordan Peterson said. He said, it's delaying gratification and bargaining with the future. In other words, you're going to do something now that is painful, something now maybe that you don't like, but tomorrow you're going to have something great. So that's how it works. Okay? Success works like that. Yeah. You have to suffer a little bit. Okay? And I'm sure that some of you are thinking, okay, Bruno, all of that dream stuff, it's very, very great. The Lumière brothers, yeah, they did something extraordinary. It's true. Les Frères Lumière, the Lumière brothers, they did something extraordinary. That's true. But me, I'm a little person. I can't do that. No, you're not a little person. You're like them. And you have the question, how can I do that, Bruno? How can I manifest my dream? How can I make this dream come true in my life? And I'm glad you have the question, because me personally, I had the same question many years ago. I had the exact same question. The exact same one. And here's the answer. Mark Twain said, the success in life, this is how it works. You have to get started. If you want to be successful in life, you have to get started. That's the secret Mark Twain shared with me. In order for you to be successful in life, just start. Maybe you don't have all the information, you don't have all the knowledge, but you have to start to do something. You will never have everything. You will never have all the diplomas. You will never have all the money to start your business, your idea. You will never know everything, have friends helping you, people believing in you, supporting you. Sometimes in life you will be the only person believing in you. But a lot of people did great things starting by one. Because when you believe in yourself, you are convinced, you are determined. People will look at you and say, you know what? I believe in him. Why? Because he believes in himself. If you don't believe in you, I'm not going to believe in you. I'm not. It's the same thing in life. You have to believe in yourself, and people will be attracted to you. They will be drawn to you because of your faith, because of your determination, because of your conversation. Oh, this person is different. This guy, he doesn't speak like everybody else. He has a different conversation. This woman is different. She's really serious. She's really driven. And people will see that in you, and people will follow you. People will believe in you. And that's how people make great things happen. In order, yes. And I know now you have the question, you have the other question, and I had that question. Okay, now I understand that, but how do I get started? The secret in life is to get started, but how do I get started? I'm glad you asked the question, because Walt Disney, I told you, who was one of my mentors, a model I considered, he said, the secret in life, if you want to get started, you have to quit talking and begin going. In other words, you have to stop talking and start working. That's the secret to success that Walt Disney shared. And I'm going to say it again. Stop talking and start working. Yeah, that's how it works. That is exactly how it works. And I want, as I come close to the closing, and I want to really, all of you, I'm looking at all of you here, and many people, I'm so happy to see all of you here. And I want to really encourage you to find your purpose, to find your passion, and to pursue it relentlessly, passionately, and loudly. Be persistent and win. Angela Bassett was absolutely right when she said that. And I have many mentors. And one of my mentors called Og Mandino said many years ago, I will persist until I succeed. I will persist until I succeed. I made that my philosophy. I never give up. I'm a pit bull. I never, 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 never give up. Like Winston Churchill said, never give up. Never. And if you have a dream, don't let anybody steal your dream. Don't let anybody tell you it's impossible, it's not going to work, you're too young, you're too old, you're a woman, you're this, you're a child. No, 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 no. You tell them no. Don't steal my dream. All things are possible if what? If you believe. It's you. You have to believe that. The wonderful poetess Maya Angelou, she said, nothing happens in life unless what? You do. You. It's you. It's you. Nothing happens in life unless you do. It's you. It's not anybody else. It's you. One of my favorite philosophers, Epictetus, he said, your future is determined by what you do. Who? You. It's you. I mean, what can I say? It's you. And I'm going to give you a success formula. Who here wants to have a success formula? Raise your hand. Okay, I'm going to ask the question differently. Who here wants to be successful? Raise your hand. Okay, I have more hands now. Okay. Okay. I'm going to give you my success formula. Okay. I'm going to close. It's power, courage, and perseverance. Okay? Remember, Einstein said the person with the big dream is powerful. So if you have a dream, you're powerful, you have courage, and you have perseverance, you're going to be successful. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you.